we doing there, John?
Oh, we're sort of quartering into the waves now. We've got about a 3-inch swell out here
It's
this morning.
swell.
It's swell, yes. We're in our old 1965 Starcraft aluminum boat, and I've got a 30-pound thrust Minn Kota.
Yeah. I don't know how fast we're going. I think that kayak behind us is catching up to us, but that's
Well,
okay.
I'm not at full speed now. I have a lot of giddy up in reserve. I mean, this thing has got only 3 speeds, you know, here, there, and gone.
Oh, or everywhere. Here, there, and everywhere.
To infinity
And beyond.
and beyond.
Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm John.
And we're the Geezers on the Go.
Go, go, go!
This time we're at Rodman State Park near Palatka in Central Florida, and it's a beauty. 9,500 acres along the Rodman Reservoir and the St. Johns River. The park has 2 campgrounds, which they call Phase 1 and Phase 2. It's got a total of 67 sites, and many have water and electric. And it's part of a 110-mile-long cross-Florida greenway, an area set aside as a haven for waterfowl, wading birds, hikers, and even manatees. We're at Rodman State Park in Palatka, Florida. We're in site 51, which technically is a handicap site, but it was the only one available. There's John doing his taxes again. This one is all concrete, has water and electric, and it's very woodsy on the backside. There's the water and electric, and you have a big area back here. If you had kids, I guess you could play. And since there is no sewer, it's very convenient because the bathroom is right there. Quite a bit of trees here, so you would have shade. And there's 2 sections here, 2 separate little campgrounds. This one is from like 40 to 50 something. And there's also some along right near the St. Johns River. It's a pretty morning. It looked cool for beginning of March. It was just 40 degrees this morning, but it'll warm up. It's Florida. Most of the sites here appear to be gravel. We have one of the few that has concrete because it is considered a handicap spot, but lots of sand here too, typical Florida, so bring your broom. Like I said, you guys got some good sites back right up into the trees, and they give you enough space to not feel like you're cramped in. Lots of Spanish moss. Feels very peaceful back here. And as you can tell, it is very pretty here. This is the other end of our loop. Seems to be as a favor to the locals because there's lots of Florida people here. I've seen a few other outsiders like us, but it seemed to be popular. A lot of the license plates are from Florida. There's an interesting stretch here at the campground. You can camp right here, and right across is part of the St. Johns River Canal here. You couldn't really park your boat here because it's very steep down to the water, but you'd have great views. Maybe next time we'll get one of those sites.
This is the Phase 1 area of the park, just about a mile from our campground. It too has some really nice water and electric sites and is near the boat ramp. They've got the tent sites tucked away over here on the other side of the road. There's no hookups, but plenty of scenery and solitude. When we first got to Rodman, I was a little surprised we had a handicap site because I didn't know you could do that.
Well, when I did book it, it was the only site left, and it said if that's the case, you can take it. So I did.
Oh, well, I get that. Well, now that we've seen the campground, let's do a little bit of sightseeing. What do you think?
Okay, like we always do, geezers on the go. We went to another state park, Ravine Gardens, which is about 10 miles away. There's no camping there, but boy, it's a beautiful place. Lots of flowers and azaleas.
Yeah, they have like 18 different kinds of azaleas there.
Yeah, but azaleas, I can look at them, but I can never grow them. Every time I plant one, they die.
But first,
yes,
let's go for a boat ride.
Oh boy, let's go. We're approaching the boat launch here, and it's a pretty good sized one. There's two sides to launch your boat, and then there's a parking lot next to it with good space, and it's right at the end of the other campground. It's considered Phase 1. I think it's 1 through 39 campsites, and there's also some primitive camping there, but if you were right there, you could just get your boat right in, and there's a big bathhouse at the end here too. We're here at the boat launch at Rodman State Park, and we're getting ready a boat. We're gonna see if we could take a little cruise out into the river. John's getting the bow line ready. Well, we're off, and the battery's working. We're off in more ways than one, probably.
Some would say we're more off than others.
Yeah. Well, here we go. We're going on, I hope not just a 3-hour cruise, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Well, at least we're out of the boat launch. That's a plus.
Out of the boat launch and in the channel and headed for open water.
Oh, here we go. There's supposed to be alligators here, but I think they're all asleep. But some of these, to me, some of the sticks that are sticking up look like the heads of an alligator.
This is our boat. It's battery operated, 30-pound thrust motor. It's a 9-foot pram. And right now I'm steering right through the lily pads because I'm not paying any attention to where I'm going.
As long as you don't hit a stick, a submerged log, we're good.
But we're going back into the channel.
Something just came up over here. I hope it's not an alligator.
If it is, Jill, just beat him off with an oar.
Trying to keep my hands off the edge of the boat.
And we have our life jackets on, like good sailors.
And if we did fall in, the water's not that cold. I think we would survive.
It's probably almost shallow enough to walk to shore.
Yeah.
Although we are in the middle of the channel here, going back to the boat launch, which you can see in the distance. And that little boat actually fits in the back of our van.
Yeah.
So we can either put it inside the van or carry it on top on the roof rack. So it's a pretty versatile, kind of convenient.
Right. It was a really nice place to go for a boat ride, but I sure wish we would have had some fishing licenses because it looked like a really good bass lake.
Yeah, we could. I'm sure we would have caught fish there. Anyway, now let's go out to Ravine Gardens and take a look.
It kind of felt like we were in Tarzan movie, didn't it?
Yeah, me Tarzan, you Jane.
I don't think so, but maybe we could make the cat be Cheetah. Oh, about 10 miles from our state park, there's Ravine Garden State Park, and it has lots of flowers and it's supposed to be noted for its azaleas. And we're finally someplace where flowers are in bloom. It's about the beginning of March. See azaleas. Okay, we're at it says the Azalea Fountain and Gardens. And we've got some pretty petunias growing along the side here. Somebody's watering the flowers. Hi. It's a $5 admission fee to get in, which is not too bad. I'm just glad we have flowers to see. Because there are other gardens we were thinking about going in the Carolinas, but none of them were in bloom at all. Me, I never had much luck growing azaleas. I don't know what it is. I could grow lots of flowers, but for some reason my azaleas never bloomed. Here's an azalea trail. It says 2.5 miles. It's very difficult, so we'll just sort of go a little ways. There's a cool bridge over here, so we'll do the bridge, and that may be about all we're going. Oh, Squirrely just jumped across the bridge. You can go have a picnic down there. I feel like I'm in Tarzan with this.
There goes Jill across the bridge.
Here I am.
There she are.
Maybe I'll meet the rock up here from Jungle Book on this big
Oh yeah.
Well, there's more azaleas up here. And there's the bridge we just came across. Lots of trails here, but it's not for anybody who can have trouble walking because it's lots of uneven rocks, but it is pretty. I feel like I'm in a Tarzan movie. Lots of little trails that go through this park, so you just have to pick one. I didn't realize how big this park is. And everybody, look, there's lots of azaleas and palm trees and creeks. Amazing. There's actually 2 ravines here, each up to 120 feet deep and getting deeper by the year. The New Deal era park was built in 1933 by the WPA, which planted 270,000 azaleas here. There's a 2.5 mile road that goes all around the park, and you can stop at various spaces to check out the other trails and stuff. But I found this one, which was the prettiest. Had a little pond here, and the bridge, another little bridge into the water. While this looks like it might be a nice place to cool off and go swimming on a hot day, even today it's beginning of March and it's close to 80, they don't recommend it because it says alligators. So I say don't do it.
This would have been an easy spot to linger, but you know us. Can't let any Spanish moss grow under our feet. Thanks for joining us at Rodman State Park, and, as always, we hope to see you down the road.